Hi guys, thanks for joining us again on the channel. So, there's a reason I haven't talked about this one until now. It's not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now the wait's over. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer was already familiar with personal electric vehicles, having owned a larger, more powerful model for a couple of years. While they loved their bigger ride for replacing car trips, its sheer size and weight made it impractical to carry upstairs or toss in a car. They were looking for something lighter and more portable for daily use, and this electric scooter seemed to fit the bill perfectly. Upon receiving it, our reviewer found the assembly to be incredibly straightforward and much quicker than their previous experience. The initial charging process, however, had a slight learning curve. They discovered that the charger's indicator light would show green even if not fully connected, which led to an unexpectedly short first ride. Once they figured out the plug needed a firm push, charging became simple. On the road, this personal vehicle performs well on level ground and slight inclines, but begins to struggle on steeper hills, which is expected for a model of its size and power. It's clearly designed for neighborhood cruising rather than tackling challenging terrain. The battery indicator is basic, and our reviewer notes that it gives little warning before the power cuts out, so it's best to charge it regularly. What truly shines is its portability. At a manageable weight, it's a backsaver compared to heavier models. The folding mechanism takes a moment to get used to, but soon becomes second nature. A significant concern did arise later when this client realized that changing a tire appears to require breaking off the plastic reflectors to access the necessary screws, a frustrating design flaw. Despite this, they find themselves using this lightweight scooter for most of their errands, reserving their larger one only for long distances or big hills. Its convenience has made it their go-to for quick trips and even a travel companion on road trips.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer initially had a very frustrating experience with this electric scooter, which was a real shame given their positive history with an older model from the same company. Their journey to get this upgraded personal vehicle for their daughter was fraught with issues from the start. A previous attempt to purchase directly from the manufacturer resulted in a lost shipment and a difficult refund process, leading them to buy through a major online retailer the next time around. Unfortunately, the new unit arrived with assembly directions that were worse than awful, turning what should have been a simple task into a complete guessing game. The real disappointment struck when, less than a mile into its very first ride, the scooter malfunctioned with a brake error and stopped working completely. The experience was so disheartening that the reviewer's daughter, once a huge enthusiast, no longer wanted one for her birthday. The perfect balance of speed and range that this model offered seemed irrelevant in the face of such repeated letdowns. However, the story took an unexpected turn when the company's customer service team proactively reached out after learning of the situation. In a move that truly impressed our reviewer, they offered to ship a brand new replacement unit free of charge. This gesture to make things right was deeply appreciated. The new scooter is now working well, and their daughter is enjoying it. While they have only taken it for one ride so far, this positive resolution has completely changed their perspective, and they plan to share more about its long-term durability after they've had more time to test it out.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer initially had a truly disappointing experience with this electric scooter, stating it was arguably the worst they'd ever encountered, regardless of price point. Straight out of the box, our reviewer noted a broken clip, an issue that should have prompted an immediate return. Despite this, they decided to give it a chance, only to find further frustration. They quickly discovered that both the speed and range fell far short of what was advertised, making the overall riding experience less than desirable. Our reviewer described the ride as surprisingly rough, even with the built-in suspension, and found the brakes to be harsh and ineffective. A particularly bothersome and borderline dangerous feature was the scooter's tendency to force cruise control on, even when not wanted. Beyond these performance woes, this client encountered a significant durability issue when both the rear fender and the wiring for the brake light snapped off after only a few rides, identifying it as a common and major design flaw for this type of equipment. Given the initial experience, they advised others to look at alternatives for a more reliable piece of machinery. However, the story took a positive turn when the company behind this scooter reached out. They offered a new unit for our reviewer to test, which proved to be a vastly different experience altogether. The replacement arrived without any initial damage, and the previous glitches with speed and range seemed entirely non-existent. While this client still harbored some lingering skepticism about the rear fender's long-term durability, everything else has been performing as expected. What truly impressed this client, though, was the stellar customer service. The company's proactive approach in reaching out, offering to resolve the issues, and following up multiple times to ensure satisfaction completely changed their perspective. Ultimately, this reviewer's initial frustration gave way to genuine satisfaction. Now cons.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.